ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पता न शृण्वन्नोतिनिश्चेतसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्ये नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारम् शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषम् पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिम्। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनशम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We will read on page 71 and what I discussed yesterday, see your understanding or not from the Bhashya. Same thing is said in the Bhashya. I won't explain each line because we took in the course, but please see. Atrabhidhiyate na कर्म ब्रह्म विद्या फलयोः वैलक्षण्यात् शारीरं वाचिकं मानसं च कर्म श्रुति स्मृति सिद्धं धर्माख्यं यद्विषया जिज्ञासा अथातो धर्म जिज्ञासा इति सूत्रिताः अधर्मोऽपि हिंसा आदिः प्रतिषेध चोदनालक्षणत्वात् जिज्ञास्यः परिहाराय तयोः चोदनालक्षणयोः अर्थानर्थयोः धर्माधर्मयोः फले प्रत्यक्षे सुखदुःखे शरीर वाङ् मनोभिः एव उपभुज्यमाने विषयेन्द्रिय संयोगजन्ये ब्रह्मादिषु स्थावरान्तेषु प्रसिद्धे मनुष्यत्वा आरभ्य ब्रह्मान्तेषु देहवत्सु सुख तारतम्यम् अनुभूयते ततश्च तद्हेतोः धर्मस्य तारतम्यं गम्यते धर्म तारतम्याद् अधिकारी तारतम्यं प्रसिद्धं च अर्थित्व सामर्थ्यादि कृतम् अधिकारी तारतम्यं तथा च यागादि अनुष्ठायिनामेव विद्या समाधि विशेषादुत्तरेण पथागमनम् विद्या समाधि विशेषादुत्तरेण पथागमनम् केवलैः इष्टापूर्त दत्त साधनैः धूमादिः क्रमेण दक्षिणेन पथागमनम् तत्रापि सुख तारतम्यम् तत्साधन तारतम्यं च शास्त्रात् यावत् सम्पातम् उषित्वा इति अस्माद् गम्यते यथा मनुष्यादिषु नारकस्थावरान्तेषु लवः सुखलवश्चोदनालक्षणधर्मसाध्य एविति गम्यते तारतम्येन वर्तमानः तथा ऊर्ध्वगतेषु अधोगतेषु च देहवत्सु दुःख तारतम्यदर्शना तद्हेतोः अधर्मस्य प्रतिषेधचोदनालक्षणस्य तद् अनुष्ठायिनां च तारतम्यं गम्यते। एवम् अविद्यादिदोषवताम् धर्माधर्मतारतम्यनिमित्तम् शरीर उपादानपूर्वकम् सुख दुःख तारतम्यम् अनित्यं संसार रूपम् श्रुति स्मृति न्याय प्रसिद्धम् तथा च श्रुतिः न वै स शरीरस्य सतः प्रियाप्रिययोः अपहतिरस्ति इति यथा वर्णितं संसाररूपम् अनुवदति। अशरीरं वाव सन्तं न प्रियाप्रिये स्पृशतः इति प्रियाप्रिये स्पर्शन प्रतिषेधात् चोदनालक्षणधर्मकार्यत्वम् मोक्षाख्यस्य अशरीरत्वस्य प्रतिषिध्यते इति गम्यते। धर्मकार्यत्वे हि प्रियाप्रियस्पर्शन प्रतिषेधो नोपपद्यते। अशरीरत्वम् एव धर्मकार्यम् इति चेत् न तस्य स्वाभाविकत्वात् अशरीरं शरीरेषु अनवस्थेष्वस्थितं महान्तं विभुमात्मानं मत्वा धीरो न शोचति। अप्राणो यमनाशुभ्रः असंगो हि अयं पुरुषः इत्यादि श्रुतिभ्यः अतः एव अनुष्ठेय कर्मफल विलक्षणम् मोक्षाख्यम् अशरीरत्वं नित्यम् इति सिद्धम्। तत्र किंचित् परिणामी नित्यम् यस्मिन् विक्रियमाणे अपि तद एव इदम् इति बुद्धिः न विहन्यते। यथा पृथिव्यादि जगन्नित्यत्ववादिनां यथा च सांख्यानां गुणाः इदं तु पारमार्थिकम् कूटस्थनित्यम् व्योमवत् सर्वव्यापी सर्वविक्रियारहितम् नित्यतृप्तम् निरवयवम् स्वयं ज्योतिस्वभावम् यत्र धर्माधर्मौ सह कार्येण कालत्रयं च नोपावर्तेत तदेतत् अशरीरत्वं मोक्षाख्यम्। अन्यत्र धर्मादन्यत्र धर्मात् अन्यत्रस्मात् कृताकृतात् अन्यत्र भूताच्च भव्याच्च इत्यादि श्रुतिभ्यः अतः तद्ब्रह्म यस्य इयं जिज्ञासा प्रस्तुता तद्यदि कर्तव्यविशेषत्वेन उपदिश्यते तेन च कर्तव्येन साध्यश्चेत् मोक्ष अभ्युपगम्येत अनित्य एव स्यात् तत्रैवं सति यथोक्त कर्मफलेषु एव तारतम्य अवस्थितेषु अनित्येषु कश्चित् अतिशयो मोक्ष इति प्रसज्येत नित्यश्च मोक्षः सर्वैः मोक्षवादिभिः अभ्युपगम्यते अतो न कर्तव्यविशेषत्वेन ब्रह्मोपदेशो युक्तः अपि च ब्रह्मवेद ब्रह्मैव भवति क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कुतश्चन अभयं वै जनकप्राप्तोऽसि तदात्मानम् एव अवेदहं ब्रह्मास्मीति तस्मात् तत्सर्वम् अभवत् तत्र को मोहः क शोकः एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः इत्येवमाद्याः श्रुतयः ब्रह्मविद्यानन्तरं मोक्षं दर्शयन्तः मध्ये कार्यान्तरं वारयति तथा तद्धेतत् पश्यन् ऋषिर्वामदेवः प्रतिपेदे अहं मनुः अहम् अभवं सूर्यः च इति ब्रह्मदर्शन सर्वात्मभावयोः मध्ये कर्तव्यान्तर वारणायोः वारणायोदारहरम् कर्तव्यांतर वारणाय उदाहर्यम् तथा तिष्ठन् गायतीति तिष्ठति गात्ययोः मध्ये तत्कर्तृकम् कार्यान्तरं नास्तीति गम्यते त्वं हि नः पिता यो अस्माकं विद्यायाः परम्पारं तारयसि श्रुतं येव मे भगवतऋषेभ्यः तरति शोकमात्मवित् इति सोऽहं भगवः शोचामि तम्मा भगवान् शोकस्य पारं तारयतु तस्मै मृदतकाषायाय तमसः पारं दर्शयति भगवान् सनत्कुमारः इति चैवमाद्याः श्रुतयः मोक्ष प्रतिबंध निवृत्ति मात्रम एव आत्मज्ञानस्य फलं दर्शयन्ति। तथा च आचार्य प्रणीतम् न्याय उपबृंहितम् सूत्रम् दुःख जन्म प्रवृत्ति दोष मिथ्या ज्ञानानाम् उत्तरोत्तरापाये तदन्तरापायाद् अपवर्गः इति मिथ्याज्ञानापायश्च ब्रह्मात्मैकत्वविज्ञानात् भवति न चेदं ब्रह्मात्मैकत्वविज्ञानम् सम्पद्रूपम्। Okay. Very long commentary is there. I hope you must have understood yesterday's point about the moksha and sansara. Please repeat this bhashya so that way is in first time you may not understand, but as you repeat, you will get more and more meaning unfolding. So what was the subject going on? Subject was going on the Tattu Samanvayat. So two word was for the Urupaksha Vyavrittartham. And in that Urupaksh here, the Purupaksh which was taken first was the Purmimamsa. And later on, the Purmimamsa, after it was negated, Vrittikar Matam came up, which is more subtler than the Purmimamsa and more advanced also than the Purmimamsa. Why? Because they accept the asangata of Atma and accept the existence of Brahman, both of which the Purmimamsa was not accepting. So, scriptures, as the Shastra have said, they are saying it in the same manner. This Vrittikar does not say that this is a Arthavad. Purmimamsa, when they heard the words like you are Nitya, Asangaha, Purnaha, so they said it is a Arthavad. It is a praise of the Yajman. They said this is not the case. And there is something called moksha existing, which is of the nature of oneness of Atma and Brahman. See the similarity. So where is your problem? My problem is that the Gyan alone can give moksha. This I don't agree, because in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and other Upanishad, Tavya Pratyaya is used. Tavya Pratyaya is used to indicate Kartavyata. So, Atma va are drashtavya mantavya, this is for the knowledge aspect, and nididhyasitavya is for the upasana aspect. And therefore, what I have to say is that after the knowledge has taken place, one should do upasana, get the punya, and through that punya, one will attain moksha. Gyan kale eva mokshasti, or Gyan alone is sufficient for giving moksha. This is not possible. That was their contention. So to remove this doubt, if you remember, Bhashyakara gave a definition of moksha which he took from Chandogya Upanishad, which you have just now read. So that quotation which you read, he said, asharirata hi mokshata and sasharirata hi samsarata. What do you mean by that? He says that what is moksha? The association with the body is samsara and dissociation with the body is moksha. When a person is identified to the body, he will have the fruit of priya and apriya, sukh and dukh. And this experiencer of sukh and dukh is called samsari. What is samsari? Experiencer of sorrow and joy is the samsari. So what do you feel? So sa-sharir will lead to priya-apriya, that will lead to sukh-dukh, and that will lead to samsara. So karma, then punya, then sharir, then priya-apriya, then sukh-dukh, then sansari. Okay, this chain you had seen yesterday also. I am just repeating this. I am not saying anything new. So, if you say that this moksha, upasana will always give you body. Well, how will you give body? Because upasana is a sukshma karma. Upasana is the sukshma karma. Gyan is not a sukshma karma. Shravana manan is not a karma. And upasana is a karma. Why Shravana manan is not a karma? I think I had talked about it long back. Why it is not a karma? We are negating the doer. Please get the point. The Shravan, Vedant Shravan is not a karma because the very purpose of the Vedant Shravan is not to get something at some point of time, some object at some point of time, but it is to negate the doer and negate the jagat. Okay. Otherwise, I am doing lot of actions, then not a fruit will come then. I have done so much of karma of listening. Lot of fruit will come. No, lot of fruit won't come. Because the fruit karta is defined as doing something with identification with the body, with apeksha buddhi, to get something in some desh, kal and paristhiti, with other bhokta. Karta is defined as doing some action, identifying with the body, mind, intellect, with the apeksha buddhi of getting some joy other than the joy of the self. Very long sentence is there. In taddesh and tatkal. So 3 conditions are there now. What are those 3 conditions? Condition number 1, he is identified with the body, mind. Number 2, he has apeksha buddhi in the sukh, keeping that sukh in the mind. He keeps the sukh in the mind in something in idam, in something which is not I. And third point is, he expects that joy to be attained in some desh and some kal. Not today, not here. These are the three conditions which will create the karma phalam. Okay? Whether you donate, whether you feed, I feed somebody, and I have that buddhi that I am doing it. Dekho, this I is the identified one. If not anybody, at least he should appreciate. Or I will get, as I am giving him the food, I'll also get that. Dekho, sukh aa gaya na. Sukh is in something idam. And it taddesh tatkal, these three conditions. This subtle form of action becomes the gross fruit of action, like the subtle vapor becomes a gross water, and gross water becomes a grosser ice. Okay? As you don't see the vapor when it is rising from the ocean, similarly, when action is done, this apeksha of a person is not seen by others. And this is the seed of our fruit of action called situation, which is composed of desh, kal, vastu, paristhiti, putra ityadi. Okay. Now what? And therefore Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Ma karma phal hetur bhuhu. Second line, people chant only first line. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu gadachana. Some can't chant properly this line also. Second line is very important. Ma karma phal hetur bhuhu. Don't become the cause of fruit of action. Very important line. Now, and therefore he has introduced, or rather he has propounded more, karma phal tyag. Karma phal tyag. I cannot leave the identification I am doing. I am doing this, thought cannot be left. If you do something and you say, I have not done anything, God has done. So you are just repeating, which is not your experience. Your experience is you did it. You cannot say God has done. Your experience is you did it. Where is your acting area? Is apeksha, buddhi and tatkal. You remove this area. I don't want anything from you. I have done for you. I don't want anything for you or from anybody, and I don't want the fruit of this action in some other area, in some other deshkal, what donation I gave, what good action I did. I don't want the other fruit to come to me. And this, the process through which you make these two things happen is called samatva buddhi, or it is called yogastha kuru karmani. Therefore, the very next slok after karmanyevadhikaraste is yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Ab sangam tyaktva means karm phal sangam, and yogastha means Ishvara arpanam. Bhashkar writes Ishvara arpanam. So I am doing it for the Lord. So I am not having any other apeksha other than now what I am doing. This is, and the topic is closed now. I did the karma and topic is closed. But normally this is not there. I did the karma and new topic is started. One more addition of karma phal is there to the existing hundreds and thousands of fruit of action. One more addition is there. positive or negative, it can be. Therefore, buddhi yukta jahatiha. What did Bhagavan say? Buddhi yukta jahatiha. Ubhe sukrit dushkrite. Janma bandh vinirmukta. So he is devoid of janma and bandhan. Now what happens in the jnana when you are listening? What is the process here? If a jigyasu is listening, I don't think so anybody will come in the class to show to something or to get something in some, I am attending the class so that I can get money. I don't think so. Even if he attends, he will give up after some time. They are not talking about anything about money. देखो ध्यान देना. In the class, there is a doer of understanding. Because seeker only is listening. Atma is not listening. Atma is not seeker. Neither Brahman is seeker. Neither God is seeker. Seeker is a karta only. Seeker is the karta. But second point, there is no apeksha that in that the fruit of this Shravanam I will get. There is some sukh which will come later on. This karma is not a karma because it is to negate the karta only and negate the phal which will be coming in tad desh and tat kal. So the apeksha buddhi is negated and desh kal is negated. All three strong components of karma are being negated in Shravan and Manan. And therefore Shravan Manan will not produce any karma phal. Rather, it will negate the karta itself. I hope this much is clear to you. Well, can you give an example of that? Yes, why not? Lot of examples are there. But best example is of dream example. In dream you do an action, you wanted to eat, or you wanted something, you did an action and you get some fruit in the dream. But if somebody wakes you up in the dream, from outside or in the dream itself, if somebody says in the dream that you are waker, or you are not this dreamer, there is a class going in the dream in which you are made to realize that you are not this dreamer. And this dream world is false. And this dreamer also is false. If you remove the dreamer, what will remain will be the waker. Now this particular statement is not to give you any fruit in the dream. This statement will reveal, not bring. Reveal. Reveal means which is already there. Reveal the waker itself. So there is no karma phal coming out of the process of Shravanam. I hope this point is much clear. And if it has been told, supposing the dreamer is repeatedly told that this dreamer is false, the waker alone is true. So he will wake up. He will wake up in the dream itself. And he will know that I am the waker. So the Shravan and Manan portion is for Gyan. And supposing he says that Nididhyasan is for Upasana, then Bhashyakar brings the point of Ashariratvam hi mokshaha. Well, why don't you say like that? Well, why don't you say? And therefore Bhagavan says, ज्ञानाग्नि दग्ध कर्माणम तमाहु पंडितम बुधा. Fire of knowledge burns the karma, not creates a karma. Jnanagni dagdh karmanam. Karmanam is bahuvachan. Jnanagni dagdh karmanam tamahu panditam buddhaha is called wise. Yasya sarve samarambaha kama sankalp varjitaha. Jnanagni dagdh karmanam tamahu panditam buddhaha. Okay. Why? Because the fruit of upasana is having taratamya. You heard this part also. You heard in the bhashya also. Taratam means more and less. Depending on your karma, you can have more because there has been qualitative difference, quantitative difference, procedure difference, dravya difference, and therefore fruit of the upasana will always be in a differential manner. It will not be same. It will not be homogeneous fruit. It will have difference. To next point which was raised where we left, rather we clarified that. He said, why can't I say that the fruit of Brahmopasana is asharira? To this point, you had, I don't know whether you noticed or not in the bhashya. You noticed that? Where asharira is mentioned. He says, sambhavikatvat. Boli, you are saying, what you are saying? That the fruit of upasana is, what is it called? Asharira. Asharira is my own nature. Asharira is the nature of my own self. Because I cannot give up. It is nitya siddha. My asharirta is nitya siddha. See the point here. I will show you. Page 73. Last third line. Ashariratvam eva dharma karyam iti chet. Saw that? Ashariratvam eva dharma karyam is phalam. Iti chet na. Tasya svabhavikatvat. Got it? Tasya svabhavikatvat. It is my own nature. So asharirata cannot be result of any karma in upasana. It is nitya siddha thing. Upasana is for sadhya. Nitya siddha cannot be sadhyam. Both are different. Okay. So asharirata siddhatvat. Karma siddha sasharirata. So what is sasharirata is siddha by karma, but asharirata is siddha now and here only. And see, he gives the quotation from Kathopanishad. I had mentioned about this also. Ashariram sharireshu anavastheshu avastitam. Right? That quotation you there. Then he says aprano. This also I mentioned. Aprano yamana shubbraha. Then again, it is not written here, but yattad adreshyam, agrahayam, ashrotram, agotram, achakshu shrotram, apanipadam. From Mundak, 6th mantra we saw that. So hundreds of places it is written Atma is without the body. Okay. Now I have understood this second point also. Third, he brought a point about Jivan Mukti. He said, if Sharir is not there, how is Jivan Mukti possible? So, how is that possible? Because Jivan Mukti, the person who will know the self, because without body he will expire then. So the answer was given. See, when you say asharirata is moksha, don't think he drops the body. He is not dropping the body. Then what is that? He is not having identification with the body. So why Atma is a Shariri all the time? Number one, because it is my nature. 3 causes are there. Swarupatvat nitya asharira. शरीरत्वात् नित्य स्वरूपत्वात् नित्य अशरीर. Nitya Sharira. This is one point. Okay. Second point. Because Atma is Asanga. Asango hi ayam Purusha. This is in 74th line per page. Because Atmanaha Asangatvat. Atma being Asanga, Asanga nahi sajjate. Anything which is detached, it is not going to be associated with the sharir. Atma is asanga. So how can it be associated with the body? See, 74th page, first line. Asango hi ayam purushaha ityadi shrutibhyaha. So asambandh, first tha, that swarup. Atma is my own swarup. Ashariratva is my own swarup. This was the first argument. Second argument is here, Atma is asanga. So asangatvat sharir, asangatvat sambandh varjita. Atma cannot be associated with the body because it is asangaha. And also you don't experience body at all times. You should introspect on this matter. That body is not experienced at all time. In the dream body is not experienced, the deep sleep body is not experienced. And if you faint, then also body is not experienced. Well, I have not experience of fainting. You have experience of deep sleep and dream. Then, and if you go to samadhi, then also body is not experienced. So something which is not experienced at all time, something which is not experienced at all time, how can that be my nature? I am not experiencing the body. I am not experiencing. So that means Atma is not holding to the body. If Atma and body were attached, then all the time the body will be experienced along with the Atma. Like in our body, head is attached. Not attached, but is there. So you cannot experience the head without the body. You can't say I experience my body, but I don't experience my head. Then this person should be beaten in the head and find out did you have any experience or not. Because if two things are constantly attached, then both experience will be together. If two things are attached, this will be with this, then both has to be experienced together. But Atma, because it is not attached to the body, therefore Atma and body are not experienced concurrently together. In the deep sleep also, in the dream also. In the dream also you experience the dream body, but not the waking body. In the deep sleep also you don't experience any body. And in Soon or in Samadhi also you don't experience. Therefore, Atma is asangaha. These are the solid conclusion for a student of meditation or a student of Vedanta also. So he is not attached to anybody. Don't say I am very attached. Attachment is not possible only. You are attached, that is for a short time. In days time also you are not attached totally to anybody. You leave attachment and you do something else also. If you are totally attached, you cannot do anything else. You get detached for some time. Howsoever anybody may be close, you drop the attachment. And supposing that person goes away, out of sight, so you will at least loosen the attachment, if not gone attachment. And somebody who don't see for 30, 40 years, I think total attachment also will go away and memory also won't be there. And supposing the person passes away, the same Jeev also doesn't remember the person at all. So this attachment is for very short time. It has a very limited time. In this eternity of thousands and 100 and 2000 years, if you are attached with somebody for 30, 40, 50 years, it is almost negligible. So attachment is not something very big reality, although it gives a lot of pain. But the reality of attachment is not there. You are not attached to anybody. सब बड़ा उल्टा पुल्टा है यहाँ. Everything is very fake matter here. हाँ, very fake matter. Fake matter? Yes, very very fake. Not fake, very fake. ये तो body आ गई. This gown has come. One gown. There is a glasses of 3D glasses are there. You see glass, put on the glass and you see 3D film is there. Anybody seen? 3D. So you see 3D film with the glasses. So you feel that the truck is coming. You feel he is moving around. I have not seen. So similarly, this one attire you get. क्या अजीब सा attire है, गजब ही है. Moment it comes, after that I start seeing the world. I start loving. I start hating. I start getting attached. ये गया तो कोई attachment नहीं. This mithya cover that we put on, if it has gone, bas, no attachment is there. If really Atma was attached, why will it leave that? Why will it leave? So therefore it is said, asangohi ayam purusha. Second cause. Well, second cause for what? Second cause that Atma is a shariri all the time. Oh, what was the first cause? First is its swarup is there. Its swarup is there without sharir. And second is this. Okay. Ityadi shrutibhyah. Then what is the third? Third. See what is written. Ata evanushtheya karma phal vilakshanam mokshakyam ashariratvam nityatvam siddham. Third is sharir sambandh comes as the result of karma phal. Sharir sambandh is the result of karma phal. From karta comes karma phal, from karma phal comes the sharir. This is the third cause. So sharir sambandh can come only from karma phal. Okay. So one who has karta, he gets the body. So they all belong to same satta. Who? Ignorance, karta, karmphal, sharir. They are in the same plane of existence. Atma's plane of existence and this plane of existence they don't meet each other. Like the dream body has no relation with the waking body. If the dream body got wet in the rain, in waking you need not take a towel and wipe your body. Similarly, the Atma is Nitya Shuddha, Nitya Akartritvat. Yainam Vetti Hantaram Yaschainam Manyate Hatam Ubhautonu Vijanita Nayam Hantina Hanyate. So it is neither doer or done. Aham bhojanam naiva bhojyam na bhokta. I am not bhojan, I am not bhokta. Okay, ये कुछ नहीं, हमारा कुछ नहीं है. It is not bhokta, neither I am the bhojan. This club, which club? Ignorance club. Ignorance, doer, karmphal, sharir. They all belong to the same level. But the Atma doesn't have any club. Atma club is not there. To club you should have two. Then you can have a club. It is not belonging to club because it is nit akartritvat. Atma is akarta. Karmani akarma yah pashyeta karmani cha karma yah. It is akarta. Naiva kinchit karomiti. Yukto manneta tattva vita. This is the key line. Tasya kartaram api mam vidhi akartaram avyayam. So I am non-doer. Who? Atma is non-doer. So when who is not doer, how can the fruit come to the non-doer? When you have not done something, how can fruit come to you? So Atma does not receive any fruit. And the Sharir is a fruit. So Sharir will not go to the Atma. It is not associated with the Atma at all. Okay. So these are the three causes why the Atma is not with the body. And Atma cannot get the body, as you are saying that Ashariri. Why can't the Upasana create the Asharir? Moksha. Because he said Asharirata is Moksha. He said, why can't the Atma itself create the Asharirata? Upasana can create the moksha by giving Asharirata. Bole Asharirata has no relation with what you are talking about at all. So, ata eva anushteya karma phal vilakshanam mokshakyam ashariratvam nityatvam siddham. See what is written here, I am elaborating it. That has been elaborated only for convenience. Okay. Then what is there? If Atmanaha ashariratvam is nitya siddham, why do you say that shariratvam or sashariratvam is samsara? Why do you say like that? I say, this is the next question. If you are saying Atmanaha ashariratvam is nitya siddham, why do you say sashariratvam is samsara? Dekho, Atma cannot become sharir. Because samsara belongs to the Atma only. No. This is what mistake you are doing. Well, if the Atma is already there, you are saying Atma is the Shariri. Well, yes. So I am already the Atma now, a Shariri Atma. Then why you are calling me Sansari? What for Shastra is there? Dekho, you are now contradicting yourself. Your question itself says that you are not clear. Got the question? Question is, he is saying, if the Atma is a Shariri, then where from Sansar has come? Then I am already having the moksha. Only you are having the moksha, but you don't know that. Atma is a Shariri. But Atma is misunderstood as Shariri. Although Atma is a Shariri, but it is misunderstood as Shariri. Bole acha, हाँ. Asashariratvam adhyas siddham. This is because of your misunderstanding. Atma cannot be sashariri, that I proved by three causes. Well, then why should I put effort? No, your effort should be because you are thinking yourself to be sashariri even though you are a shariri. Even though you are a shariri, you are thinking yourself by sasharir. If really Atma was sasharir, then you cannot take it out of the sharir. Then there is no, then you will never have the forgetfulness of the body. Body will always be associated with the body. If Atma is, then scriptures will be negated, where it was said, Shariram Sharireshu Namasteshu Astitam Yattadadreshyam. Scripture will be negated also. And by Yukti also, if then you are saying Atma is Karta because Atma is getting the body. Then Atma is getting the body, then you are saying Atma is the Karta. If Atma is the Karta, then Atma will die. Because Karni Karta vanishes after some time. Karta is not Nitya thing. Karta will diminish. Karta is a Vikari thing. And there the scripture says, Na jayate mrite va kadachit. So how there will be inconsistency between the scriptural statement and what you are experiencing. Okay. And another problem will be, logical problem will be, because Sharir will be Drishya, then Atma will become Drishya if it is associated with the body. If it is become Drishya, who is the Drishta of this Atma then? Then you need another Atma who is not associated with the body to see. Because Drishta and Drishya are different always. The rule is that Yad Drishyam Tat Jadam. Then Atma will become Jadam and it will become, then you need another Chetan Atma. So there will be a series of contradictions if you associate the body with the Atma. Well, but you don't, I understand. But still, why I feel that I am with the body? I feel as sashariri, not a shariri. I feel it is my body. I feel when body walks, I feel I am walking. When somebody hits the body, I feel I am being hit. Somebody praises the body, I feel I am being praised. Body is tall, I feel I am tall. Body is short, I feel I am short. Body is old, I feel I am old. Body is young, I feel I am young. Why I feel? Well, that you answer, no, it's your problem. It is just like that somebody ate something and his stomach ache. Well, why am I having stomach ache? You should know what you ate. I did not know why your stomach ache. If you go to the doctor and say, Doctor, I have a stomach ache. So he will ask few questions. What you ate in the night? Is it regular or it is just now? Well, no, morning only it started. This morning, yes. What you ate something? Yes. What you ate? I ate, what is it called? Bani chow I ate, suppose. Bani chow, which bread was that? No, it was a white bread. White bread was there. Then you will have definitely stomachache. If the white bread was there, that white flour bread was there, white bread, it is difficult to digest. And therefore it is not digesting. It is not digesting. I have a lot of stomachache. It will be okay after 5-6 hours. Your don't eat anything else. I think you should have lemon water or you should have something to digest it. It is not digested. Indigestion. You have indigestion. Upset stomach is different. Indigestion is different. You have indigestion. That food is not digesting, and but why have a stomach ache? Because it is sitting in the intestines and it is expanding. Okay. And it is creating a tension on the wall of that intestines, and therefore you have a stomach ache. So what shall I eat? Eat? No, don't. Don't eat anything raw. You just take lemon water or Gaviscon, etc. You can take, you will be okay. No need for any medicine, etc. Just take hot water, some warm water you take, put some lemon in it, and give some rest to the stomach. But I'm hungry. You have a stomach ache, still you are hungry. Yes. Okay. I think you should take curd then. Curd is good for digestion. Take some curd. This big bani chow they eat, whole bani chow. This bread is there. They make a hollow out of it. No? And then they put the potato and beans curry, etc. And then whole thing they eat. My God. To kachi bread, this raw bread is there. White bread is the worst thing. It's a poison. Well, I am feeling like that I am with the body. You are saying I am without the body. But bhai, I am telling you, you feel something which cannot be proved. It is feeling without proving is called ignorance. You feel something which cannot be proved. Any feeling which is non-provable feeling is called delusion. Rag, dvesh, kam, krodh, these cannot be proved. Understand this point. Supposing I say, I'm very attached to you. Okay, I'm telling you how attachment is only a feeling and it is not proven fact. Bole, why you are attached to me? Why I'm attached to you? Bole, you gave me lot of joy. Okay, you hold your statement. Because you gave me lot of joy. Right? Okay. Who gave the joy to whom? Bole, I gave to him or I got from him. No, you got, which you got the joy. Which you got the joy. So that means there was an I existing who had no joy. Then only you can get the joy. That means you are imposing or supposing that I am incomplete first. Then only you can give me joy. As the water can't wet the space, something can be associated. That means he gave the joy and you got associated with the giver joy. That means already you had emptiness in you and therefore you got joy after that, after he gave the joy. So you are supposing that you are by nature incomplete. Well, supposing I suppose this, what is the problem? If you are thinking that by nature you are incomplete, so you should be incomplete 24 hours. In the deep sleep you feel completeness. Then where is that incompleteness gone? And if incompleteness was your nature, any nature you try to remove, you don't try to remove your nature. You are trying to remove incompleteness, that means it is not your nature. You go out in the world to earn money, not to earn money, but to remove the incompleteness which you think you have because of not having money. So you are removing the incompleteness. That means incompleteness is not your nature. But when you say he gave me joy, that itself presupposes that I was incomplete, he gave me completeness. People say also, you completed my life. These are all, musical statements. They don't stand waters. So I was incomplete, he gave me completeness. So how did you say I was incomplete? That Jeev Bhav itself is a not proven fact. The experience of Jivatva, that I am a finite incomplete entity, I am sad person, is not provable fact. Or you say he gave me sorrow. That means still you are thinking that I am incomplete, therefore you can give me something. To give, you have to become empty. Without that, then only something can be given if you are not having that. He gave me. To say that he gave me, that means I should be receiver. I should be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. That means I did not have that. You can't give water to space because it is complete. You can wet the cloth, you can wet the earth because they are incomplete. But that which is partless cannot be there. So he gave me sorrow and he gave me joy. That itself is not provable fact. No, but it is experienced. You experience so many things. You experience that this sky is blue. You experience that there is mirage waters are there. You experience that the person is very good looking. It is only an experience. No, but he is not good looking. His looks are on the top, it is good. It's appearing. If you take out the skin, then you see what beauty is there. 1 minute, sit down. You are saying good looking to the outside body or inside? You are combining both. No, I am asking you, sit down first. So you are asking he is good looking to the body outside or inside? Well, both. No, both. That means is your ignorance there. Or you say the statement, you modify your statement. What? His outside body is only good looking. That if you say, I will not contradict you too much. But you can't say that his whole body, outside body, if I take the weight of the skin and weight of the whole body, how much is the weight of the body and the weight of the outside skin? How much is the weight? If I ask you, the weight of the outside skin will be very less compared to the weight of the whole body, which composes of his bones, of his, what is it called, liver or muscles. That is much heavier than this portion. And you are making this the whole body. All these statements that we make, that, he gave me anger, or he made me happy, he made me upset, or he gave me sorrow. All these statements don't hold waters in inquiry. They are all Agyan Siddha, but they are highly experienced. They are experienced only. So anything which is experienced but not proven, that is because of ignorance only. Similarly, it is I experience that when body walks, I walk. When the body sits, I sit. When the body is eating, I am eating. And therefore, I feel I am Sashariri and not the Ashariri. But I told you through threefold logic how I am dissociated from the body. Or I feel that he is my son, he is my father, she is my mother. All are total false. Not false, total false. It is all unprovable fact. There is no relation in the Atma, there is no relation in the Jiva also. And if you say that the body is there from one body, some body has come up, therefore that is my son and father and my mother and child and my mama and chacha. If you say from body, then anything that comes out the body, you should have relation with it, with this, which is not possible. Okay. First thing, body itself is not yours. Then how can the relation of the body be yours? Well, then whose body is there? This body belongs to Maya, Prakriti, kisi ko Ishwar, kuch tumhari kahan se hoga? Because you did not make the body. You did not make Panch Mahabhut of the body. How come this body is yours? So Mamata itself is a questionable thing. So all these areas which we are discussing of Atma is Ashariri, Sashariri, these are all total, there is Spider-Man, you hear that, Phantom. In our childhood days, there's a comics used to come. Spider-Man, Phantom, He-Man, pata nahi kya tha. Used to jump from building to building. There are a lot of cartoons must be also there. So he does like that. So he jumps from one building to another. He never falls down. It is so real. It is shown. Then he jumps here and then he is very Superman. It is only imagination, is not possible. Some bird jumped also. Look, now he died. Seeing that, this jumping thing, he died. Because he also thought to become a Spider-Man. A spider is different, man is different. You can't become a Spider-Man. These are all whims. Similarly, this is my body, this is my house. अरे ममता ही प्रूव नहीं होती है. अहंकार cannot be proved. अहंकार विमूढ़ आत्मा करता हम इति मन्यते. Ahankar itself cannot be proved. These things are existing in its absence only. I am doer. This itself cannot be proved. Why? Association of Atma and body is not provable. Atma is complete. Atma is asang. Atma is avyay. Avyaktoyam, achintyoyam, avikaryoyam uchyate. And this body is finite and savikari. The mixture of savikari and avikari cannot be there. So I am the body or I am the doer. Body is doing, mind is doing, intellect is doing. I have no problem in saying that because I see body doing this, mind is doing that, and intellect is doing that, but I am doing. You can say this, Prakriti is doing, no problem, like the wind is blowing, like the earth is moving, sun is rising. So Prakriti kriyamani gunai karmani sarvasha, if you say it was fine, but I am ahankar vimudhatma karta amiti matnite. हर जगह तो हम लगा दिए अपने आप को. Got the point. Therefore, all these things are a big maya. It is pithless, essenceless. ज़्यादा उसमें चक्कर मत पड़े सब में. And therefore, what I wanted to say, my dear, this is an intellectual error. What? Sashariri, now get up, don't sit down. Now get up and do your work. Sashariri, what you felt, that Atma is, I am Sashariri. You are Ashariri. Okay. And therefore, Atmanaha Sharira Sambandha Nasti, Trikale api Nasti. In three Kal also it is not there. So Atma Nitya Ashariratvat Jivan Muktah Sambhavati. That was the point which he had driven, that Jivan Mukti is not possible. Okay. So both can exist. Still they can be dissociated as Swapna Drishta and Swapna Sharir exist. But whatever happens to the Swapna Drishta and Swapna Sharir does not happen to Swapna Drishta. So Jivan Mukti Ashariraha Ajnana Abhavat. And here Bhashyakar will quote few things which I will see it tomorrow. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.